Dude's giving away a PlayStation. Dude's giving away a PlayStation 5 right now in 3 minutes. He's giving away 13 of them actually.
Is it weird? It's weird how little I care. I should care more.
Because you're not into the Demon Souls. I've been wanting to play Demon Souls since I realized Demon Souls was good, which was a couple years after it came out, so it was hard to find. And I wasn't going to buy a PS3 for it, so it might as well not even existed to me.
I see.
So that's why I want it for that game. There's a few other little things here and there, but that's mainly why I want it.
All right, sharing. Sorry if my chewing is really loud.
How dare you?
Move your mic up, and then it'll be less noisy. Crap. We're live early.
Yeah, we're live early, but that's fine. Well, it's just banter. And basically talking to Stoddy. Stoddy!
This is a very chattery episode here.
Yeah. Next week, we can have one of the event coordinators over at Voodoo Ranger. Lauren emailed me back. She doesn't know as much hands-on stuff about gaming, but we can talk to her her constituent. Shared. I also have to get my damn kombucha. You can never
turn Overwatch down. Turn Chrome up.
Overwatch. Oof, I am.
For what?
I am bad at keyboard and mouse, my friends.
Life is hard.
I played like an hour this week. Ugh.
And
it's worse than learning a new game. A new game is you're learning everything, but playing a game you know pretty well, but not being able to execute. Like my friends are on chat and they were like, "Hey, Derek, you put the shield down." I'm like, "I know. I threw the thing and the wrong thing. I don't know my buttons."
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, "It's okay." And they were really nice about it, and it was funnier than anything. We just played casual.
Well, honestly, yeah. Like I mean, like they want you to get good. So yeah, you're always kind of patient with people.
2 of them tried playing comp, and it burned them out on the game within a week. They're like, "I don't ever want to play comp ever." I'm like, "That you disliked it that much?" They're like, "Hated it." It's like I could play it casually, but comp is stupid and I don't like it.
If you're not playing with like a full stack, it's really bad.
Okay, I'll be back in 30 seconds.
Close the bedroom door. We're early. Why are you obsessed with me?
It's happening.
Oh, I think I turned you guys up too loud.
Yeah, sorry, my mic was away because I was still chewing. So now this is...
No, oh my god.
I'm so loud.
Okay.
Should I talk like this?
No, I'll just turn down my actual volume. I had it like at 80 something. You're good. Try again.
All right.
Yeah.
This is me talking.
Woo.
Woo. Oh, we don't have Stoddy. What is happening this week?
You don't have him yet.
I know, but I'm still scared. And somewhat related, look, I have a holiday kombucha. I think being vegan and booze free is like making me too much of a hippie. So I think December 1st, I just need to eat a hamburger and have a shot of whiskey and just bury it.
You're like, nah, I can't be a hippie anymore.
I am real light though. I went and did my little workout today, and push-ups are like way easier. I'm like, woohoo! Okay, we're all set.
You're stronger.
Yep, I'm posting it to the Steam group because I don't give up.
You don't give up. I know Discord. I like Discord,
It's a mess. Discord's
but
a hot
it's
mess.
a mess. You know,
a mess.
having. But the thing is, they have UX designers. Like that's not. It's not like 4chan or Reddit where someone kind of came up with a template and just threw it out there and didn't change it. Like Discord gets designed up and gets changed. Like they want it to look like that.
But like it still runs like it's basically like the CB radio of chat.
Yeah, it runs like an old message board,
It
but it
does.
also has the possibilities to like stream and do video and audio. So it's super weird. Okay, we all set? I should have wore something more gamery. I'm just wearing my Hawaii Hospital shirt.
Episode 100, where we were not prepared.
Episode 100, where we're well. This is the most representational of this podcast ever. We're gonna start 5 minutes late. We don't have everybody we need.
We're totally unprepared for our 100th episode.
Yeah,
Congrats.
we weren't. I mean, we
Holding
didn't.
the wrong beer. Here you go.
Yeah, we didn't really swing for the fences with 50 either. But you
We're
know,
not impressed.
all of our best episodes are offshoots. They're nothing that we planned on. Actually, that's not true. Russ was there for the last 3 years, and the Monday after Black Friday is usually one of our biggest episodes. It's the ones that get the most listens before we were video, because people would like, I don't know, maybe hunt the keywords, be like, hey, this nerdy gamer podcast knows where all the deals are. Okay, we all ready?
Yes.
Russ, you good?
Mm-hmm.
I still do the clap.
I know.
I think
it's
the slate clap works.
It's tradition. It's like Jordan like doing the chalk at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, but imagine one day, you know, super producer Keith the Boogie gets it into his head that he's going to retroactively upload all of these onto SoundCloud, like 40 of them at
Hang on.
once.
I'm nervous. I'm seeing if I'm about to win this PlayStation 5. There's 2 people in here that are gonna give it to me if they win.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Well-
That's how you do it.
I have 2 bots in there with me.
Well, Maniacs, you have stumbled upon the ever pertinent and very much relevant video game podcast of the Soundcasting
Pasta.
Network. Video and pasta of the Soundcasting Network. This is Salt Tier. Hi, everybody. Episode
doing?
100!
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Wow!
Whoop, whoop,
Woo,
whoop.
that's cool.
Wow!
I'm about to win a PlayStation, I think.
And Maniacs, we're coming to you not from Studio 2 and 2 in South Lake Union, Seattle. We are coming to you from elsewhere because COVID's awful and made this year different. And on other circumstances, episode 100 probably would have been at like a bonus round event with Lauren, with Voodoo Ranger, with Mikey from Craving Amazing, probably with Bobby. It would have been a whole thing. I probably would have worn a suit. Shocking. I know. I never wear suits. But I'm happy to be here, and you know who else is happy that we're here? It's... Oh, I'm blocking it with my head. Voodoo Ranger IPA. Woo!
Nice.
That's what I forgot to do. I gotta pivot this damn... There we go.
Hey, Voodoo Ranger, I'll let you guys just hook up on the PlayStation 5. I know you guys know people and things.
They might. They might. But first off, a little bit about Voodoo Ranger. They are B Corp certified and employee owned. I'm mostly talking about their parent company, New Belgium Brewing out of Colorado. And the Voodoo Ranger line does IPAs and pale ales mostly. And seasonally, what do we have this season?
We have Le Atomic Pumpkin, which is probably going out of season, so it might be the end of your chances of getting the spicy Atomic Pumpkin with lighting change. It is 6.4%. You can find it at some places. And if you don't see that one there, they have a secondary seasonal that's out at different stores. Sometimes you can see them at both, but like QFC, you can only see these guys, which is the Higher Plane IPA. It's a little yoga-looking martial artist. And it's a hazy Imperial IPA, so if you like hazies, it's pretty good. It's a lot
Everybody in the
smoother than
Pacific
I expected.
Northwest, hazy pale ales I can think of are like Manny's and Mac and Jack's. They are not India Pale Ales, but if you have a hot problem thinking about what hazy is, that's what we're talking about.
These are IPAs and not pale ales.
Like I said.
This is not a sponsored beer, but it's also a hazy IPA, and it's got dinosaur on it. It's called Space Rex by Freeman Brewing.
Why didn't you start with the dinosaur? You had me at dinosaur.
Because we're not sponsored by the dinosaur.
Yeah, this is a non-sponsored shout out to a local Seattle brand.
Nice.
Cool. But thank you, Lauren. Ooh, we got to hit up Lauren for some. Are you two out of beer?
Yes, this is my last one.
Oh, okay.
I'm technically always out of beer.
We'll email and get that done with soon. And Maniacs, I am Loud and Brown. Right here at Loud and Brown on Twitter and Instagram. And on Steam, Battle.net, and on PlayStation, I am GrowSteph with a PH. For all of your, basically for shooters and video games involving fighting and fists and hitting things are the things that I mostly play. And I'm going to scoot it on down to someone that's not trying to win a PS5 right now.
No.
So the one with the newest hair color,
it is so cute. It is so cute, my dear.
So I tried to turn on the light to show it better, but I'm white, so it doesn't really help that everything just blows out more. But you can kind of see it. So it's like a dark purple brown now instead of red with a purple underneath. Shows way more purple on screen than it does in person, I think. I don't know. But yeah, so
it is pretty purple.
You can I ended an era. I turned 30. 2020 was fucking terrible, so I ended the era of Ginger, and now I'm going from Starfire to Raven.
Nice. Nice.
So 2020 was. You can find me at Twitch and Twitter at SageBell, and then Instagram, Facebook, it's SageBell_model. I'm also on many other platforms at SageBell.
Oh, that would leave me, the save rings, ... The one looking for a PS5. Hey, if you got the word on the street on a PS5 that's not like crazy marked up somewhere, or I would say, or not in the back of a van, but I hit your boy up. Find me on Steam. That is the save rings ... That is at Midlife Comics and at V-Gaming on Twitter and YouTube, and here on this very podcast on our page at Facebook at Saltier Podcast. I just been chilling. Good to see everyone. Good to see. What's up, Loud and Brown? What's up, Sage Bell? What's up, everyone? No Matt today. I don't know what to do, but segue into whatever's up next. What we got?
What we have is the Monday. Technically, Maniacs, this is the end of November, otherwise known as Cyber Monday. Woo. If we ever do filters or effects on our videos, this will be the part where everything gets all digital and pixelated. Can we do that on YouTube? Oh, whatever. Speaking of Cyber Monday, someone got some video software, so maybe we could do some stuff like that in the near future. Who knows?
Are you talking about me?
Yeah, I'm talking about.
I bought that Humble Bundle back in August.
Ah, well, there we are. But it is Cyber Monday, which is the Monday after Black Friday, which is the Friday after Thanksgiving, which is celebrating the genocide of Native peoples in North America. Womp womp. But it is also a family holiday where everybody eats a lot, and then they shop a lot. But it is also COVID Thanksgiving and COVID Black Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Cyber Monday not so much affected, actually, by COVID at all. If anything, more people are at home with more resources and better knowledge of bots, and actually, currently this year, more capital due to Bitcoin.
Yeah,
because it's spiking this month.
Yeah, which is why you can't buy some of these newer graphics cards and stuff, because they're selling it directly to miners. We didn't post this, but that is something that's happening. NVIDIA and AMD are selling their cards straight up to miners, like straight to them. So that's
via Bitcoin?
No, just just bots and stuff are picking them up, and they're just like, have at it, miners. So they know miners are buying them up first, so that's where they're all at.
Oh,
so,
miners.
Yes,
with an E. I was thinking of minors.
Yeah, like children. We
No,
thought you were saying children.
You're like, is there a way that they're buying with YouTube accounts and
no.
converting?
As in crypto miners, as in the Bitcoin of which
There
you
you
were
go, in
speaking earlier.
crypto.
Yes.
Heard. Well, deals happened. What Loud and Brown usually does on Black Friday is I tend to look at what's happening. I track sales, see who I could buy things for, but I usually don't get anything for myself until January, February. I am from Hawaii, and during the holidays, I almost always fly home, which is usually a beefy plane ticket of a minimum of $500, sometimes $9.
Mhm.
I wish I could say that hasn't happened. It was a couple years ago, but my parents like helped split that one. But they're like, "No, you need to be home." I'm like, "I need to have $900 to be able to get home." They're like, "We'll help, but you have to be home." I'm like, "Jesus." So usually this time of year, I buy gifts for the family, my immediate friends, and my band, and then I leave the stuff for me in January, February. Which, oddly enough, a lot of the Black Friday deals kind of reappear
Yep.
in the first week of February. It's like, hey, remember when this was on a crazy sale at the end of November? Same price. You are muted, sir.
Thank you. Much like Black Friday, that's what I was gonna say earlier. Cyber
Mhm.
Monday and these things, like they're not quite what they used to be, or they're just stretched out over like 3-4 months now. So it's like the big climber and things. Yes, you'll find specific deals those days, but you're right. You could pop up in like February and catch the same deal.
And as a Filipino American, I have very frugal family members that love sales and
Mhm.
love deals. But having worked retail, which I can't say for everybody that listens to the podcast, you know the tricks. There's like maybe 5 deals at any particular company, and a couple of people that are more or less giving you a season or 2 seasons old stuff to quickly get rid of, back stock. And the big deal gets you in the door, and then you end up buying stuff that you probably wouldn't have bought anyway, but Black Friday got a hold of you. It was cheaper than the list price, and that's all you're thinking. Rarely stuff that you actually need. Rarely. That said, this Steam sale was not a joke. They gave out some solid deals.
Yes, I bought.
I
And
bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games for like $30.
goodness, I will kick it to Sage Bell for the Steam sale because I
Oh.
bought 0.
Oh, you haven't given
I
in
didn't
yet.
partake. Maybe they'll be on sale in February.
They will definitely be on sale Christmas in July. Yes, that is a thing. They do
Oh, but please tell us, what did you pick up?
So I didn't pick up too many exciting things for many people, but I actually finally got, because I have save data for the game, but I don't own the game, but I used to play it. So I have the save data for Dragon Age Origins, so I finally have it on PC. And then I grabbed a bunch of horror games. So I grabbed The Evil Within, Dread Out, Depth, Soma, and In Silence.
Nice.
This might have to become a trend on your Thursday night streams. Also,
What?
as
the
I
horror
always
game?
do, tying in the plug for all of our lovely hosts outside events. What is your weekly stream? What time and what name?
Well, it's every Thursday at 7 p.m. and I do play horror co-optive games. So it's not, and that's what most of these are. Occasionally you'll see me on other days. Since it was a 5-day weekend, 4-day weekend. I think I streamed on Friday, no, Saturday. But I live streamed me sewing some stuff. So. And my
Cool.
dog jumped on the table and was like, "Now you're down." And I was like, "Okay, dog."
Now that it's getting colder, I think I'm going to start jumping into some sewing projects also. So I might ask you for some help, Sage Bell.
You guys are gonna craft. You guys are gonna max out your tailoring skills.
I've been watching too much Boardwalk Empire and watching clips of Peaky Blinders. So I'm basically going to buy a bunch of waistcoats and take them in. Luckily, that's easy. That's just burp, burp on the sides. But, I probably am not doing it well. And I can only assume that Sage Bell knows exactly what she's doing.
Nah, I'm just good at bullshitting.
Yay!
Saverings, did you take advantage of any of the Steam sales?
I sure did. I just counted. I bought 22 games. Most of them were gifts, though.
Oh.
Let me see. I just had that list pulled up. You know, you can look at like your recent purchases.
Mhm.
So I bought Sunset Overdrive, Recore, Quantum Break, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which is like it's basically the game that everybody's wanted since the 80s, where you basically get to play as Goku, and it's just an RPG, and you're playing through the entire Dragon Ball story as Goku. Hot Shot Racing, Dirt Rally, Bloodstained, which I heard was good. Pavlov, which is like the Call of Duty for VR. Everybody kind of plays it like that. State of Decay 2, just because. Battletoads, Rebel Galaxy Outlaw. I love the first one. So I haven't played this one. And plus, this one was an Epic Game Store exclusive for like a year, so I didn't touch it. So the second it came out on Steam and the second was on sale, I bought it. Among Us, just to have it because people play it. I got PGA Tour 2K21, you guys. I got a golf game because that was half off, and those games like never go on sale. And they just came out maybe like 2 months ago. So to see it half off, I grabbed it. And I love a good golf game if it's done well. And this has got really good reviews.
Can you pick Alice Cooper?
For golf?
Yeah, he's like an avid golfer. It's like this weird thing about him.
I'm sure they have a create a character thing on there, and you could probably make them.
Oh, man. Donkey would probably tear that thing apart.
Yeah.
He always makes a Sonic. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, I'm sure. Now you got me thinking I'm going to make a Sonic on there. I got Torchlight 3, finally. And then I bought some gifts. And I bought my son a copy of Left 4 Dead because he wanted to play that. And I bought 2 more gifts. And I don't want to say it out loud because the people I bought it for might be within earshot.
So. Heard. Fortnite. Got it.
Wink, wink.
Trash. I know. I did see, a handful of headlines, and they were selling, most notably, Assassin's Creed Odyssey was 70% off.
Nice.
That's bananas. That came out less than 6 months ago, right?
Odyssey?
Yeah.
No, that's the one that's in no, the Origins is in Egypt. Which one is Odyssey? Odyssey's like
Odyssey's
the Greek
the
one?
Mediterranean. Yeah, it's Greek.
Okay. No, that game's about a year old now.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. I'm thinking of Valhalla.
Which just came out.
Yeah. That one just came out. Okay, yeah. The
came out
Assassin's Creed Odyssey came out in 2018.
Yeah, that's the Egyptian one. That's the one, and they came back after they.
No, Odyssey's not the Egyptian one.
It's
the Greek one.
It's
Origins.
Greek.
Origins is the Egyptian one.
Okay.
This one was October 2nd, 2018.
Okay.
Man, these do really come out pretty often. Look at me. Look at us all getting them mixed up.
It's easy to do. That's what people were like chill with the Assassin's Creed. So they took like a year and a half off, and then they dropped another one.
Mm-hmm.
We just won Ezio, baby. We just won Ezio. We won wrist blades.
I think Ezio's been dead for a while.
Hey.
It depends though. When in history?
Yeah. When in history are you playing Ezio, huh?
Yeah,
we're all dead in the stream of time.
Yeah, he's still alive in someone's DNA somewhere.
Dun, dun, dun. Was that movie any good?
The Assassin's Creed movie?
Yeah.
I heard that for a video game movie, it was okay, which is to say it was trash as compared to like other movies. So I heard it totally missed the ball, and they had a whole bunch of stuff in it that was very close, but just because it was a Hollywood movie, they like jumbled it up and threw it everywhere, and you're just like, why'd they do that? And it takes you out of the movie.
I gave it a chance because they got Fassbender, Marion Cotillard, Jeremy Irons.
Yeah, so like the casting was great.
And they made their money back and then some. I'm looking right now at Wikipedia, which is 100% facts. Mm-hmm. And it had a budget of 125 million, so they put some money behind it. And it box officed at 240 million.
Yeah.
Which is more than enough.
Who made that movie?
So it was ghost written by like 5 people, which is already a bad sign.
No, I mean like right? what studio? Because it was probably in development hell for like 20 years, ever since the first one came out.
Oh, I see what you mean. It was put out. Hold on. I
want to say it's
New
Sony.
Regency.
Okay.
Oh, 20th Century Fox distrode it, but it was produced by New Regency.
That's how they got Fassbender, because he was under contract. So
yeah, you're totally right. See, when you know how the sausage is made,
yeah,
things are a little. Oh my God. Okay, so he did Macbeth in 2015.
which I heard was good.
That was after the fact.
Yeah, I heard
And
that was good.
then I guess he doesn't have a whole lot of stuff going on here. He did cuz he
I think he's back to
produces
stage.
and screenwrites too.
Yeah, I think he's back to stage acting more so too. I don't know about right now, but
Yeah,
it's
he did a bunch of and he did Snowtown and The Turning and Macbeth, which are films, not stage, little adaptations.
Mhm.
And then he did a True Telling of the Kelly Gang is a whatever, based upon a novel. Whatever. Anyway, the movie was apparently okay.
Those are the passion projects. Like you do the shitty X-Men movie and then you get to do like 2 or 3 of those little movies.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then you come back for a shitty video game movie and then you go do like 2 more of those other things.
So many, and it's also so confusing how you're supposed to make fans happy when you do an Assassin's Creed movie when there's so many and you can't possibly do all of the lore. And
But you don't necessarily have to, because if you look at a movie like the first Star Wars, like before it had any books or even people even knew what it was, that movie in and of itself created its own universe. And then it was just a bonus that we got to find out more. But people could have and people did hang on to that first movie. People still do hang on to that first movie. So
yeah.
So it doesn't take a lot. It's just like, look at the Avengers, like look at Thor. Did you give a crap about like Thor really? Like really until like you saw that, or most people, until you saw that first movie, even though that movie was mediocre in the grander scheme of things, the rest of the MCU, by the end of that movie, you were like, okay, that guy was interesting. I know where he's from, and that like you knew who Thor was.
I didn't care about Thor until Ragnarok.
I liked it off the bat, but as I think I talked to Saverings ... about this, I also read was it Straczynski and Copiel, the one where Asgard shows up in the Midwest?
Yeah.
I read that series, so I was pumped when I saw the like clips of Hemsworth in just like a like a work jacket. I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna do that story, and I got super excited. Also, I love Kat Dennings. Also, I love Natalie Portman, and first appearance of Hawkeye. And there are too many things about it that I kind of liked. Anthony Hopkins.
It just had the fact that he was in that movie, and to
Idris Elba, Idris Elba just like also breaking barriers and be like, oh, just because.
I thought he was you know what I thought was gonna happen? I thought he was gonna be from Wakanda, and like that's how they would have tied those two together. That would have been awesome. Actually.
I like that they made Asgardians kind of ethnically vague. They're like, they're space Norse people. They're not actually Norse people.
Yeah,
exactly. So they're not all white. Thus, you get Tessa Thompson later and no one bats an eye. Everybody was like, well, no, like Asgardians look like whatever. And to put a pin on this, Ubisoft and Netflix are working on an Assassin's Creed television series so they can do justice for how much lore they have, which I think is a good move.
I mean, I'm all for it. I mean, especially if they learn any lessons from the movie, or if they get a good team together that understands the IP and they just execute well. There's definitely a space for it. I mean, you made a character who admittedly to me is cool, Jessica Jones, but like you made her awesome on a TV show. So if you could do that for a character like her, who admittedly was good, and I already did like her, but you could make her awesome in a show, then good luck with Assassin's Creed, because I'd like to see it good, you know?
Sure. Once again, they also got really great source material with Bendis to, jump off from, and things that a lot of, pop culture TV shows maybe don't do, and really stick to a theme. And her theme was trauma.
Yeah, I mean, which was like good, and they did a good job of executing all that. But you know the track record with anything comic book. I mean, it could have gone completely 180 degrees the other direction. It could.
Oh, you mean Iron Fist? Yeah, it could have.
Exactly. Yeah, or Inhumans or something like that.
Word.
So, yeah.
Now that we talked about Cyber Monday and a bunch of hogwash for a while, real quick round robin. I'll give a minute to everybody about what they played this week. Can we do a minute?
Yeah.
I guess I'm the one that's the worst at it, so I'm going to clock myself. I'm going to clock myself right meow. And what I played this week was I played a lot of Overwatch. I played at least 2 hours on PC and another like 4 hours on PlayStation just due to the different friends I had, and I played more Apex. And between Apex, Warzone, and Overwatch, neither of them are perfect. There's something cool that each of them are doing different that I think they could all learn from each other. I think Apex has the most smart design, but it's not the end all. You know what? Like 2 decades ago, everybody was talking about the Halo killer. No one is winning right now. Everybody's got their fan base and they're all fun. And Fortnite has the trashiest clientele. There you go. And I'll kick it down to the purple one.
I played Overwatch by myself because no one invites me to play. That's just me being salty. I definitely played Phasmophobia and only screamed one time really strongly because I turned a corner and there was a ghost and I panicked. I'm like, instead of running, I hit crouch on accident, so I like crouch walked away really fast. Like, no!
I mean, but that's like pretty accurate to like horror movies and stuff. You're always like, what are they doing? Like that's totally what your character was doing.
You can't run in Phasmophobia. You just walk 5% faster.
Nice.
And then I actually have played some of my Legend of Zelda, not Legend of Zelda. You know what I mean? The Switch.
Which one? Breath of the Wild?
Breath of the Wild. I guess technically it's all Legend of Zelda. Breath of the Wild. I've playing that on my Switch, like while I was cooking and stuff, because I made a lot of variety of desserts.
Cute. Where's mine?
You didn't. I send photos. You don't got a car. You can't come here.
Do you not have
Just
phones?
deliver it to me. Do you not have phones?
Do you guys not have phones?
Oh, I watched that clip. I told you, right? I watched that clip where someone edited out the crowd and made it even silenter. Oh, it's so mean.
It's just bad.
Were those all the games, Sage Bell, my dear?
Yes.
We'll kick it up to the hatted one.
What's up? This week I have to look. I played a little bit of Borderlands 3 for like 2 hours with Skylar. And for the purpose of the review, which should be kicking off like any minute now, I played Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch remastered.
The F is a Ni no Kuni.
Ni no Kuni, it's a Japanese RPG series, and it's based on art stuff like from Studio Ghibli. So if you like any of those movies, any of those Miyazaki movies, it's basically you're playing as the main character in a Studio Ghibli movie, like the art style, the animation, the storytelling, all that stuff. So it's pretty cool. It's looking like Keith the Boogie might be kicking that on at any second. So
it might be a different video.
Oh no, that's
it should be his this week.
Okay.
Ni no Kuni. I thought you were saying Mino Kuni, and then Google auto-corrected to Mono Kini, and I saw a bunch of bikinis made with one piece of fabric, and it was really weird. But Ni no Kuni.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool looking, and yeah, like you said, Ghibli-esque, and
it
cute.
is. All the cutscenes are hand drawn, and they're drawn by Studio Ghibli.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and all
how
the
was
characters...
this not the biggest news ever? When did this freaking game come out?
And that's the interesting thing. The original version of it was on the DS in 2010, but simultaneously they were working on an expanded version of the same game that came out on the PS3, I think in 2012, 2011.
Yeah, platforms: Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, DS, Xbox, and Microsoft Windows. Jesus.
Yeah. So it just recently came out for PC and Switch, maybe like a couple months ago, a year ago, something like that. So, and I had it, so it was in my backlog. So I wanted to play because I want to play the sequel. The sequel is the game that really caught my attention, and I want to play that. And I saw that there was an older one, so I was like, let me beat that one first, even though the two aren't related. So,
well, heck.
So
that's a lot of fun. So now we got a little clip that was recorded maybe a little bit ago, but we're gonna start doing a little more of these from our hosts, and they're going to be little quick 1-minute reviews. We're going to do a tech fap. We're going to do all sorts of stuff. But in the meantime, cut to me talking even more. Hit it, Londyn.
Hello, and welcome to this week's 2 or 3 minute quick review of Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. This game was originally out on the Nintendo DS back in 2010. Was later on updated and remastered for the PS3 and released in 2011. Since then, it's come out for the PS4, the Switch, and the PC. Those were all in 2017, I believe. And it is a Japanese role-playing game. It has the art style very much in the form of Studio Ghibli and the Miyazaki movies, if you're familiar with those, Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke, and stuff. The art style is very much inspired from that. And the actual cutscenes in the game are directed by Studio Ghibli. So if you're familiar with those studios, their aesthetic, and their types of stories that they like to tell, this game is very much in your vein. If you like to ever wanted to play through any of those movies as the main character, basically you play through this game as Oliver. You're a boy from here in our real world, or something similar to it, more of a steampunky, but still kind of similar to our world. You end up getting swept away to another dimension where you pretty much become Harry Potter. You find out you're a wizard. You have to defeat a he who must not be named evil something or other, and the stakes are high, and there's dead parents involved, and all that stuff. But as you can see here, very good. I'm enjoying it so far. I have about 11 hours on it, and I've been enjoying my time. There has been a sequel made, which came out in 2018. That's also for the PS4, the PC, and not on the Switch yet. But I would highly recommend this game if you are a fan of Japanese role-playing games, if you're a fan of Studio Ghibli movies, and anything like that. The combat's very good, very fun, very unique, but also very samey, and that's not a bad thing at all. As you can see here, you get your standard JRPG weapon stuff, and you can travel back and forth without giving too much away. You can travel back and forth between the real world and this fantasy land, and you're running back and forth. You're doing quests, and the questing is actually very interesting. Got a different take on it as compared to other things you might be used to. Here you see us traveling back to the real world. Here you see getting my pet monkey, which I named Forced Monkey Labor, which is also an acronym for F My Life. Yeah, I'll have to edit this a little bit tighter the next time. There was a lot going on in this game from time to time, and I wasn't sure what I ended up with for footage. But there's FML, my pet monkey. Yay! As you can see here, doing the quest, you end up doing these quests, and you get a punch card like at Subway, and you can change in the punch card for different perks and stuff like that, which I thought was interesting. Never really seen it done that way in games. So here we are getting this, and you'll see our little stamps down there. They'll actually stamp your little adventure card like a Subway card. And here's a glimpse of some fighting. My game actually crashed on me after this point. After I completed this boss fight, I had to redo it. I stomped him. But other than that, that's the only crash I've ever experienced. I highly suggest this game. Highly recommend it for those who like the role-playing genre, Japanese role-playing genre. And thank you for checking us out. Catch us on the next mini review. Peace out. Yeah.
Surprise!
I know.
Hey,
wasn't
in
what you
true
were
salt
expecting.
tier, in pure salt tier fashion, things don't always go as planned, but go as the witches demand.
Happy
And
100th episode.
Woo!
happy 100th episode. We gotta start coming up with a scoring system from Saverings ...
Well, these aren't completed though, so I don't want to give a. Hey, there he is. There's Maddie.
Ayo. Whoa, that kicked in late.
Well, no, he just wasn't here to kick it in.
No, I mean, I saw it in the chat like
Yeah,
more than 10
Londyn
minutes ago.
wasn't paying attention.
When is she ever, in
He
all
was
honesty?
Taking a nap.
She's phoning it in.
Goodness. Oh man, you know what we didn't do this week? We didn't talk to Londyn about getting shirts made that said the bot sold out.
Yep. The bot sold out.
Even the bots.
Londyn was painting her nails.
That sounds legit. Well, that was a cool update. It looks awesome. I have some casual gamer friends that are also casual anime friends, aka I watch Ghibli only, and probably only play Legend of Zelda and Animal Crossing. To which I would be like, "Hey, I got the perfect game."
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Like I said, if you're into any of those movies, if you're into Japanese RPGs or both,
yeah,
worth it. And it's on sale right now for like $4.50.
Hey,
it's kind of ridiculous. So Pick it up.
Maybe we will. Maybe we frickin' will. So aside from Cyber Monday, aside from the games we played, the other thing, and I know we talked about it last week, how have we excelled with bot woes and trying to buy a PS5? What is the news? How many did Costco have? And etc. I know. Look at that face. You have so much to say right now.
Well, if it seems like if you're watching the stream and I look distracted like right now, it's because I am on a stream where this guy's giving away 13 PS3s. So I'm watching him draw names out of a hat, literally. So I have 2 other people looking for me as well. So I have a 3 out of 144,000 chance. So there's a glimmer, and he's picking 20 people, and then it's like another raffle after that. But basically, it's been rough. There's been news that came out since the last time we spoke. In the UK, there's not a hacker group, but they're like, they have their bots and they resell. There's one group that has 3,500 PS5s. They have more PS5s than the stores do in the UK. And everybody's like, yeah, and they said they don't feel bad about it. And they said, hey, we're trying to feed our families. And everybody's like, shut up, dude. Like, you shut up. So yeah, so that happened. And there's another group, I think it's the same group. They said today that they have 1,000 Series X's, the new Xboxes.
Are those as hard to get a hold of?
Yes. Yes, they are. In any new technology since like June, it's hard to get. Besides the Switch, now the Switch is everywhere.
I think they boosted their surplus because of how lean they got at the beginning of quarantine. I remember tons of friends trying to find one, and all they could find, I have like 2 or 3 friends that only have the light because they couldn't get the one with the cons. Yes, down up front.
What had happened was in the States, they can only make the light. They do not have the technology here to make the regular Switch. And we all shipping from overseas was halted.
Got it. Heard.
So regular Switches could not be sent to the States. So
You're saying we got American-made Switches?
Yeah, those are the lights.
Made in America?
Yeah.
Do I have to buy one now?
You know what? I haven't heard anything about controller drift with those. I haven't heard anything about controller drift on those this whole time.
Because it was made in America,
baby. Made in America. Yeah.
Made in America.
It had a die-cast metal and not plastic.
Oh, jeez. Wouldn't that be awesome? That would be like, I know it sounds stupid. That would be something for me to be like.
If like the frame of it on the inside and like it had like a nice like skeleton to it.
I'm that person. That's why I'm taking so long to buy my next fight stick. One, a lot of them are hunks of plastic and they just feel icky to me, and I want a metal one, but I don't want a metal one made in China by people I don't know. And I tried to originally get this person that I don't think he lives in the States anymore. He used to make custom sticks for the FGC. And then I talked to Goon, and there's somebody that makes them in America, and they're low profile and they're under $500 and custom sticks, baby.
Switches are still hard to get. They're not easy. It's sold out at Best Buy. I'm looking right now.
Yeah, I mean it might be now.
And Target, it's sold out.
Yeah, it probably is now. But yeah, as of up to like last week, I was surprised still seeing them on the shelf. We went to Costco, I think on Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, and we're walking down one of the side aisles, and my 9-year-old, who doesn't miss anything, that's like a superpower, he just doesn't miss shit. He notices way up on one of the top of the rafters is like a big pallet just of Nintendo Switches, and he's like, "Oh look!" He's like, "Look, they got Switches up there." And we're like, "You can't even tie your you got to tell him like 10 times to tie his shoes." But he's like, "Look, this like way up there, there's Switches." Yep. So they had a bunch, but yeah, they're. I bet you now they're pretty thin. That's why I bought 3 when I saw them.
Word. I'm like looking right now on the company who must not be named. I'll just say it. It's just GameStop.
Microsoft.
No, it's just GameStop. And I'm looking, and you can get. Can I add this to cart right now?
You can try.
You can get the Fortnite bundle right now.
For what?
Try to buy
$2.99.
For what?
$2.99 for a Switch.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
Fortnite Switch.
Okay, I
That's what they're
gotcha.
selling now. They're not doing Animal Crossing. They switched over to Fortnite Switches,
There's still
but now
some
they're all sold out.
there's still some Mario Kart ones floating out there. Like I know a couple people that have gotten them, and they got the Mario Kart bundle.
And
Oh
free
man.
shipping. I'd get it on December 3rd. All right, GameStop.
Nice.
You're good for something. Oh, sick burn. You're good at making your $60 game a $3 donation, I guess. I don't know.
Well, we have an update. Shocking you guys, I didn't win the PS5.
It's okay.
Aw.
You have a
Yeah.
PC and that can play better and smoother games.
But it can't play Demon Souls though.
It can't. Time to look at those what's what I'm looking for?
An emulator?
Yeah, try to get those
Already?
emulators.
Nobody has a PS5 to start reverse engineering it yet.
Yeah, they do. That'll be out by Christmas. It'll be December 20th, and you will be playing a version, and then you'll be able to load in your own skins to your character, and you'll be able to play Demon Souls as Sonic.
It's like it's Barney or something.
As Sonic.
No, I want the Barney skin. I want the Thomas the Engine skin.
Well, see,
Play
Death
Demon
to Smoochie killed it for me. Oh my god. Like I've been saying for this past month, Maniacs, Loud and Brown has been watching a lot of Donkey videos.
So that's probably warped you at this point, hasn't it?
A little bit. There was a Skyrim, a heavily modded Skyrim he was playing, and Thomas the Tank Engine was subbed in for dragons in the game. And instead of fire, shoot charcoal just flew everywhere. And it was chaos. And it's out of all these YouTube personalities, I feel he's one of the few people whose audience gets the irony and the humor.
Yes.
The top comment isn't a neckbeard complaining that someone did something wrong or someone trying to plug their own skill set at a game. Like, oh, I'm top 500 in this. All the comments are like, little did they know Donkey was blindfolded the whole time. And I'm like, everybody gets it. Everybody understands the humor.
Yeah. I've seen that one. That's the one where he picks like the most popular mods and throws them all together.
It's freaking great. And I think that the second most liked comment in there is like, everybody in this comment thread really wondering what the hell kind of a computer Donkey's running that this didn't crash instantly. And I was right. Like, if you looked at how many things were going on the screen, it looked like GPU death.
Well, nowadays, I'd say up until about 2016, if you were running a computer and tried to run all that stuff on there, yes, you were burning your computer to hell at that point.
And it was an older video, and it was kind of sketchy. And oh my god, what did he do to that poor horse? The horse was they put a skin of a person on it, and it looked it looked not of this world.
It had like the backwards legs and stuff.
Oh
yeah.
It wasn't comfortable, Sage Bell, to look at. I had to watch something cute afterwards. I think I went and looked at clips of cast members of Peaky Blinders, like outside of set. It's so cute. They're so English.
I always watch people putting on the colorblind glasses for the first time. Like those, those videos like get me every time.
If it helps, there's actually an episode of that in New Girl, one of my favorite comedies of all time.
New Girl's so great.
New Girl is so fantastic. Any show that is so good, Prince personally calls up the star to ask to be in it. You're doing something right.
Wait, is that the one with what's her face?
Zoe Deschanel.
Yes, thank you.
So in the professional comedy world, you would contact the director, the showrunner, a producer, maybe her agent. But I think she was on a talk show and she just answered her phone. She was like, "Hello?" And it's like, "Hi, Zoe, this is Prince." And she's like,
he doesn't talk like that. He'd be like, hey,
hey,
this is Prince.
Hey, this is Prince.
Yeah.
And just a cold call. And of course he would. Of course he would do that. And, I keep hearing all these wonderful stories about Prince. And there's another one where he's backstage doing a live event. And he was just in the green room and Conan was supposed to introduce Stevie Wonder. And Prince shows up and Conan's like, "Oh my god, are you playing?" He's like, No, I'm not playing. And he's just kind of air drumming. He's like, "Well, cool, you just here to support Stevie Wonder?" He's like, "Yeah, man. Yeah." And then all of a sudden someone hands him a guitar and he's like, see you later. And he goes
Yeah.
on stage,
Yeah.
and Conan's like, what? We're both in the green room. I'm obviously performing. You could tell me if you're going to perform. I'm not going to tell anybody in the next 30 seconds.
Yeah.
He's just that kidder. He's that joker. Aw, rest in purple.
Rip.
I just found on this same commentary, Prince didn't like the Kardashians, and so they had to like keep them separated from each other while on set, like to hide him from the Kardashians.
He probably had beef with the mom from like who even knows when. They probably know
I
each
mean,
other
yeah.
from like way back.
Oh, why were they in the same room?
Probably just filming episodes around the same time.
Oh.
He booted off Kim K off his stage when she wouldn't dance during the concert.
But you know what though? Like he was known to do that. I have friends who like went to some of his concert, and he would stop the crowd. And like one time he's performing in this town that I went to school at, and there's a prominent Seventh-day Adventist school there, and he was performing down there, and he stopped the show and asked if there was any Seventh-day Adventist in the crowd, and asked them to leave. And like
ask if there was any
Seventh-day Adventist in the crowd, and asked if they would leave because I don't know. And then like he wouldn't play until people left.
I mean, I know he's a devout Jehovah Witness.
Yeah, I don't know if this was then, but this was from a while ago, like from like the 90s.
Oh,
so, yeah, I don't know, but like that makes that he has a history or had a history of.
I can see that. No, I totally see that.
GTFO. So yeah.
GTFOH. Yeah.
Oh, he nixed he nixed her from being on the show.
Oh, tight.
Yeah, he was like, she was supposed to have a cameo.
Wow.
I just love this. Okay.
I love that too. I love when you hear stuff like that with people that are big in one world that think that they can just kind of run things. Who came up to Jerry Seinfeld and tried to hug him? I think it was Kesha.
Oh,
and she was like, "Oh my God, I love your show. Can I hug you?" He was like, "No, that's okay." He wasn't mean about it.
Yeah.
But he was also like, "We've never met."
He was Jerry.
He was Jerry. He's like, "No, I'm okay." She's like, "Oh, are you sure?" It's like, "No, you're fine." And he kind of he held out his hand politely, like to be like, like don't hug me, I don't know you. And if you flip the roles and he wasn't, a billionaire, not a billionaire, but a really rich white man, and if that was like a child star, no one would give them crap like that. If that was like Macy Williams and some crazy lunatic fan came up and was also famous but just tried to give her a bear hug in the middle of an interview, people would be like, don't interrupt poor Macy. So I see it, but anyway.
Hey,
sit down, Kardashians.
Jerry Seinfeld worth $950 million as of last year, so he's probably a billionaire at this point.
You're probably right, because he probably hasn't bought a new car in like 3 months, so there's some extra money in his pocket right there.
All of his cars, everything that he owns goes up in value because he owned it. So like if he bought a Porsche it's worth like $1 million, he could have it for 20 years, and yeah, it'll go up because it'll be older, but it'll be worth double that because it was Jerry Seinfeld's Porsche,
Yeah, I mean, depending, but yes, you're 90% right. I think maybe the first edition Porsches where they pride themselves on only having like a single owner. They'd be like, "Who's the third owner?" Seinfeld. I don't like third owners, but everything else you're probably 1,000% right. And guess what? He owns a production company that rents out cars for movies and commercials, so they're not just sitting in a garage doing nothing.
And plus, the thing that people don't always remember is just because you see someone on TV, just because you see them in movies, and they have this property and stuff, that's not really how they end up making all their money in the long run. Like they end up owning like 20 dry cleaners or a McDonald's or two here and there, or like some random car washes here and there. So like,
who's the basketball star that opened a barbecue shop in LA?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Is that Luke Walton?
No, I know what you're talking about. I forgot though. But I was thinking you're gonna say Magic Johnson because he owns like half the movie theaters around here. So, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
See, I don't know because I don't have that money. I don't have much money at all.
Yeah.
Except for all the money we make from the Saltier podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We're just swimming in it.
All of it.
Swimming in all of it.
Yeah.
Well, goodness gracious, there was a lot of rambling about a whole bunch of not games, wasn't it?
DuckTales.
DuckTales?
Yeah, Scrooge McDuck's Money Pit. DuckTales.
There you go.
Tied it all together. There.
Let's be honest, the soundtrack was okay, and then you got to the moon stage, you're like, yo, this is the track.
Dude, it's all good, man. Even when it starts. That's actually it's really good on the remake, the remaster of it's really good too.
Yeah, and it was from a famous chip tuner named Vert, I believe, did the soundtrack.
Nice.
Like, I love how video games are meta like that.
Yeah.
And also, thankfully, because it's quarantined again here where we're all occupying space, Londyn had a little bit more time to post some stuff on our Twitter and our Facebook. Most notably, a post that Von Shady will find very agreeable. This is going to be my closing statement, and it's about how video game culture and pro wrestling have grown up side by side awkwardly. And if you look at the timelines when, since the Carney festival kind of vibe where pro wrestling kind of came up in popularity into like televised pro wrestling, that's about when, RPGs and tabletop and video games started to come up in like, the late in the 70s and 80s also. And they in Japan, I mean, with pro wrestling in Japan, and they kind of moved up together, and they reference each other, and now you got people like Kenny Omega doing finishing moves like the Hadouken and the one winged angel, and it's freaking fantastic. It's synonymous. CEO is the best example of that, having a video game tournament with wrestling built right into there, and But like I said, Polygon does a great video and shows how often wrestling moves just get thrown into games. Whereas if you see, MMA, or you see, bar fights and or like war movies, like people don't do German suplexes. People don't do rock bottoms when they're actually trying to inflict damage on someone. But in video games, people will, and it's just the moves that people do, and I like that. And I like wrestling games. I kind of wish they were a little more transparent instead of referential. I think it's because everybody thinks that wrestling's stupid, which is funny because people love watching movies like John Wick or Jackie Chan action movies, and that's all that is, except it's live. You're watching a martial arts movie with zero editing. That's how interesting wrestling is to me. Some of the storylines can get kind of silly, and I can kind of skip over the drama, but that's also what people are watching when they're watching reality TV. Like a quarter of that stuff is scripted. It's not real, like you're not actually spying on anybody. People know the cameras are there. People are given talking points. I think wrestling's fantastic, and everybody should play Saturday Night Slam Masters because that is grossly underrated game.
Nice.
Look at me, I'm praising Capcom games. Shocking, I know. Completely shocking.
That almost never happens.
Yeah, and that's my closing statement. Be more into wrestling if you like video games. You'll be surprised. Even like the way they execute lore, their heel stables as villains, everything is super interesting. And I have been episode 100 of Saltier Loud and Brown. I'm right down here. I am at Loud and Brown on Instagram and Twitter. I am also Gross Dev with a PH on PlayStation, Steam, and Battle.net. Down to the purple one.
Hello.
Are your speakers LED?
These?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, it's just a what? Okay.
Yeah. They're not anything interesting. They were slightly above cheap.
That's always the best kind.
Yeah, it is the best kind.
Middle tier cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, these ones have slightly better reviews and they're slightly more expensive by $10. What's $10?
Hey, what's $10 over here?
When we're talking $20, $30, and I start going, squint. Let's see. Black Friday sales, Cyber Monday, everything kind of blends together. Nobody knows what's going on anymore. But
Nope.
if you just pay attention to your email inbox, you will get sale notifications for everything all the goddamn time.
I got a lot this weekend for sure.
What I like to do is I like to have accounts and I like to save things for later in my cart so I can watch the sales.
Ah, that's smart.
So it's like things I want or things I actually need, and then I can watch them go on sale and compare, see if that sale's better than the sale was last month or whatever I do.
Nice.
I got something that was like $40 off. It was pretty sweet. And then I got
Tight.
something that was like $2 off, but whatever. Um, yeah, watch me Thursday nights at 7 p.m. At Twitch. This one at SageBell. You can find me on Twitter more often than you can find me on Instagram, but you can Instagram at SageBell_model. Same with Facebook. And that is all I have to say about that. Eat happy, be food.
And just to add like 30 seconds to your outro, anything that you wish video games would include more in their story and or gameplay and or community.
I wish there were more easily accessible, like easier to find couch co-op games, because I really like couch co-op multiplayer style games. And
You're damn right about that. And it used to be
they're-
the norm. It used to
Yeah.
be the norm.
You guys,
And-
there's still a bunch of them.
but they're harder to figure out or find. Like you have to like actively like check things now.
That is very true. They're definitely. It used to be out of the box. This is a couch co-op. Halo, GoldenEye. Like there's.
Technically, Borderlands is that old now. So Borderlands.
I think the last one I played, notably, was Resident Evil 5. Was the last couch co-op game I played. Anyway.
Let's see. If you go to Steam and you go to the tags and type in popular tags,
But-
there's 2,839 couch co-op games.
The thing is, with Steam, that's not necessarily on your couch playing cooperatively at home with family.
There's online co-op and then there's
No,
regular co-op.
Yeah, I'm like, but it's harder to play co-op games on a computer with another person next to you on the like. I'm saying like console co-op games.
That's not true, Sage Bell. Your PC's got the same two plugs, and all you need is Bluetooth, really, on your computer. Then you can just get some cables. Look, I got my Bluetooth Xbox controller, and it's actually plugged in because the Bluetooth is weird. So that's how I've been playing on my PC. And my TV's right here. I just go, bloop. Yeah. It can be done. It's just people don't think to put their tower there. But look at the size of the PS5. That thing basically is a PC tower. So you might as well put your PC out there now. It could be done.
What's your closing statement?
I see the Seahawks won. Madden 21 there. I tied it in. I also saw
I assume Ducks won.
The Ducks?
Beavers.
Oh, Oregon State.
Oh my God, Beavers won.
Oh, there you go.
NCAA.
Yep. Seattle's very own Nate Robinson got whooped up the other day. Mike Tyson's punch out. My closing statement is everybody stay safe, and we'll see you next week. And thanks for tuning in.
Well, goodness gracious, maniacs. I guess that was it. No, you don't want to talk about anything you want to be included in gaming more? That was my closing thing.
Included in gaming more?
Yeah. We got couch co-op, we got wrestling, and then what do you think?
Included in gaming more. I would probably have to say, I know I'm not going to think of exactly what it is, but off the top of my head, I would have to say games made with more vision. Just something that's not an obvious cash in. And if you're going to do that, acknowledge from the beginning that this is a cash in, but we're going to have something of substance in the game.
I think I know what you mean.
Perfect example would be like the Avengers game. They figured they could just skate on by on just the name Avengers. Hey, they just had the movie. Hey, it's punchy like Destiny. You can grind through it. People like Destiny, and they just figured like that would work for them. Same thing with Anthem. It's got flying robots, and you can play with your friends. That's all people want, and they forgot to make a good game. So I just mean from the beginning, I want to see more Just more
Transparency.
thoughtfulness. Yeah.
More thoughtfulness. Kind of like, remember when Portal came out and everybody was like, see, this is the vision. This is different. This is cool.
Yeah.
That blew my mind when it came out. That was in
Yeah.
the age when we were being saturated with shooters
Yeah.
and no one was thinking of that next different idea.
Yeah.
Everybody thought, oh, more guns, higher res, more gritty, longer stories. And we're like, no, that's just polishing a turd. It's like the same thing. Like, what is the vision of the game?
Exactly. Yeah. And just think about that from the beginning. And if a humble game like Portal can do it, which started off as like a student project at DigiPen, can turn into that. If you're EA and you own Star Wars, like, come on, you should be.
I know, that donkey video was also disheartening because everybody had such high hopes for that damn Battlefront game. And
so yeah, so just visit. If you know it's a cash in and you're a large corporation, give something for people to at least hang on to in the game. Like if you want them to keep playing your game forever and ever, have some charm to it.
Oh, and like, Stoddy says more, differently abled accessibility to video games. For example, colorblind and
most at least most shooters have a colorblind mode.
Yeah.
At least the Battlefield games do, and Call of Duty does too, I think.
Got it.
I would like to see more of those controllers like the Xbox has. Those adaptive controllers, so people with like different parts and stuff can still program the keys and do all different kind of stuff with it.
Nice.
So I would like to see that. I'd like to see the PlayStation version of that. I'd like to see. Well, I guess the Xbox One is the PC version.
You're not wrong there.
Yeah, so it's just more stuff like that. That'd be cool.
Well, heck, do all of the things that we just said, Maniacs, because we're right. And I forgot to say this at the top, but we are Soundcasting Network's very own video game podcast where your argument is...
Cyber Monday.
Our argument is Cyber Monday. Yeah. Thanks again to the beautiful, the wonderful Voodoo Ranger IPA, hashtag live dangerously. Check out everything they got out there. Be careful. Drink responsibly with those because some of those pack a wallop. Sage Bill, what was the percentage on the one you were having tonight?
This one's only a 6.4, but if you get the higher plane, it is an 8.5.
Jeez.
Those will both knock on your butt next to, the Heineken green bottle or your PBR. Like they're all gonna kick quite a bit more, and more than your damn White Claw. Thank you. Want to give a big thanks and shout out to Keitha Boogie and the Soundcasting Network for dealing with us for 100 damn episodes. We're having so much fun with this.
And counting.
And we'll see you on the other side of this COVID thing, and hopefully in person. We'll do more events, we'll do more things, we'll hand you things in person, and...
After we wash our hands.
And
re-sanitize 3 more times.
Remember to like, subscribe, follow, share, tell your friends about the podcast. We're on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, whatever Google Play was. Most notably, we are currently doing the YouTube stream and the Facebook stream, maybe a third platform to be announced.
Christian Mingle,
you let out the secret.
Yeah.
Big thanks to Londyn with a Y, and goodness, we'll see you all next week at 8 p.m. Love you much. This has been a production of the Soundcasting Network. Smoke weed every day.